Alrighty guys, hey, what's going on? I'm back with another video for you guys. Steele's here. I guess this is just becoming a self-improvement channel, and I like that because it's the kind of content that I enjoy watching. I don't really enjoy taking up too much of your time, and I like sharing advice. You know, I like to think in an ideal world, everybody would just share advice and learn from each other, and things would be really good. But anyways, so I wanted to share some advice for getting a good night's rest because I think it's one of the most important things. You can wake up feeling more energized and focused and just feeling better in general, feeling happier, Nothing's worse than feeling tired because I feel like you have to try extra hard to get things done. You usually make more mistakes and you usually just don't feel as good throughout the entire day. So if you want to improve your quality of life, improving your quality of sleep is probably one of the most important things that I can say that you could do. So let's get into the tips. Anyways, so my first tip would probably be to get some sort of exercise during the day, something that really pushes you. You might want to do this later on in the day. I find if you work out really hard in the morning, you might feel kind of tired throughout the rest of the day, but it definitely helps you get a good night's rest. I would recommend not working out too closely before the end of the day because if you work out right before bed, it can be kind of hard to fall asleep. But yeah, afternoon time I think is ideal in my experience. But some people find morning easier because it's first thing you do in the day. I enjoy lifting weights, but you could do, running or skipping. I don't know, just do body weight exercises like push-ups and sit-ups. You can always just search it up. This isn't really an exercise channel, although I could make some exercise videos. I don't know. Anyways, so the next tip that I would have is if you want to fall asleep earlier, getting up earlier in the morning can make a difference. I would recommend gradually making it a little bit earlier that you wake up. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't go past waking up at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. I still think that's kind of early. For me, I think I don't know, 7 or 7:30 is an ideal time for myself personally for waking up. But it does help you get a better night's rest if you wake up earlier at that time. And if you mix that with the exercise, you're going to be doing pretty good. Another thing that I would recommend is you gotta kind of reduce how much light you're looking at before bed. So you want to make sure you turn off all the lights and space yourself away from your phone so you're not tempted to look at it. Maybe turn it off. I find that makes a big difference. I feel like it kind of helps me relax too, because then I'm not kind of aware that some sort of text or something or someone might call. It can be a little stressful if someone calls you at 10 o'clock at night or something. I don't know. I had that happen to me the other day and I was like, what is going on? I jolted out of bed. So yeah, just making sure your phone is shut off is a good thing to do. Setting up an alarm for the next day. I don't know. I recommend having an alarm clock. Or for me personally, I use a Google Home, and I just ask Google to set an alarm for me, and it makes a big difference. And it's really nice making sure that I feel like having something that tells you you're going to be awake, or just knowing that you're going to be woken up at the time that you want, is really helpful, because then you can just chill out and relax and not have to think about it, and that'll help you get into a better, deeper rest. I think it's good to have a bit of an unwind period before bed as well, where you're just kind of doing things to relax. Maybe if you're like me, I like to do reading. I got a Kindle here, and just putting on some meditation style music or nature sounds, which is another thing I use the Google Home for. You can just ask it to play nature sounds and it'll just start playing some crickets or something. So it's great having that white noise. But yeah, definitely, I feel like the Kindle has made a big difference for me. I'm reading through Ready Player One right now, and it's been such an interesting book because I'm a gaming fan, and it's kind of cool reading about this. But I just think, with the modern day and age, with all this technology and everything, it can be easy to stay up late, and I've heard people talking about it, the whole gaming culture. People tend to stay up pretty late playing games. People stay up late watching videos on their phone or checking social media, and I just think it's pretty unhealthy. Honestly, it's an unhealthy culture. And I think getting a good night's rest should really be encouraged, because people are going to feel a lot better. Anyways, I think the best thing about having like an e-reader before bed is it sort of replaces your phone, and it gives you something digital that you can interact with. And if as long as you can just search for and find books that you're interested in. Personally, I'm paying for the Kindle Unlimited subscription, which is like $10 a month, and it lets you choose from like, I don't know, it's like a few million different books, I believe. And there's just, I can almost always find something that I'm interested in reading through, and it's great because I'm spending my spare time learning something new, and it gives my eyes such a nice break because it's basically like looking at paper. If you turn down the brightness more, it makes even bigger of a difference, but it's very relaxing to your eyes, and it helps you get in a more relaxed state, whereas I feel like if you're looking at a bright screen, it can be a bit stressful, at least on your eyes, I don't know, and kind of keeps your brain awake too. But yeah, looking at something with like an e-ink screen is very nice before bed, and I definitely recommend it because then it also doesn't mess with your, I think, is it like the melatonin levels, or I don't know, the thing that stops you from falling asleep because you're looking at a bright screen. Exactly, this will totally help counteract that, and you'll feel tired around bedtime. So one more thing that I would recommend is eating some food a few hours before bed, just because I feel like when I eat food too late into the night, I find I have a hard time falling asleep because my body's digesting and it's kind of uncomfortable, and I wouldn't really recommend it, especially if it's a lot of food. I would recommend just eating like a smaller bowl, like a few hours before bed. I think that helps me personally because I find if I work out during the day, I can get kind of hungry before bed, and also having like an empty stomach and feeling hungry can make it harder to fall asleep as well. So that's probably the last tip I have to give. But yeah, the biggest thing personally for me has just been having the e-reader, being able to have something kind of digital and interactive that's also relaxing to my eyes. Before bed, it's been great because I feel like it's easy to kind of miss that phone, when you don't have it around. And yeah, it's good, and it helps you see the time too, so you can know that you're not staying up too late. I also recommend having a clock kind of wherever you spend most of your time throughout the end of the day. I have one near my computer, so that way before bed I know what time it is, and I'm not going to be caught up playing a game until like 12 o'clock at night or something. Yeah. Alright, so I had a few more things that I wanted to add before I uploaded the video. So one thing you can do is turn down your temperature to something lower, like 16 degrees Celsius works pretty well for me, and it'll help you get a deeper night's sleep, and also will stop you from getting sweaty. I find when it's hot, I have a hard time falling asleep. I kind of tend to move around a lot, and it's not fun. And the next thing is, if you live in a noisy environment, you might want to use earplugs. I use these they're kind of soft and spongy and squishy. And they work pretty well for blocking out most sounds. You're still going to hear them, I think, to some degree, but it makes them quiet enough where it's not really going to like wake you up in the middle of the night. Another thing you could do is to get an eye mask. I use one like this. I don't know, I think it's kind of funny looking, kind of reminds me of like a bra or something. But anyways, so yeah, this is good if you want to be able to sleep when, let's say, maybe your blinds aren't very good and a lot of light's coming in, because it can be hard to sleep when there's a lot of light, and using something like this will completely cut out the light, so it's gonna be like pitch black, and so that can also make a difference. And that's basically everything I wanted to share. So I hope you guys find this to be helpful, and I hope this makes a difference and you get a good night's rest tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found it helpful, leave the video a like and hit the subscribe button. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Can't wait to share some more tips. Okay, peace out.